Today, Precarious plays
Transistor. Why don't we go ahead and start with a nice, friendly story.
Okay.
Once, there was a great engineer. Arithmetic was his medium, and a city was his canvas. He planned the roads, buildings, and byways. His work could not be more precise. Like everyone in Cloudbank, he served at the pleasure of the city's people. The city changed quickly and often, reconfiguring to best suit the contemporary sensibility. Thus, the engineer's work was ephemeral. He loved his craft, but could not let himself become attached to the product of his effort. Because the engineer's work was never done, it stayed fresh. With new whims came new challenges: bridges, gardens, towers, ports. None of it lasted very long. The nature of his work led him to notice certain patterns over time. The will of the people changed in cycles. Bridges would come down in favor of railways. Railways would give way to parks. New bridges would then be built upon the parks, and so on. Recognizing this, the engineer started fashioning avant-garde structures and designs he believed would persist beyond the immediate urges of the population. Yet these ideas proved much less popular, and before much longer, he became obscure, and left his job to pursue personal interests on his own. It was then that he discovered a formula visualizing exactly how the structures of Cloudbank formed. Interesting word choice. Like a mold or a mildew. He studied this formula closely, for it filled him with a deep sense of wonder and even deeper sense of dread. He developed predictive algorithms to determine where and when the visualization would take form, and began drawing it out with his own architectural plans, until one day he found it in its natural state. He saw beyond the confines of the city into something more, and there before him was something extraordinary. He took it and realized the things he saw now stood at his call.
Okay. So...
Neo?
Yeah.
But also Morpheus?
What role does he play?
He is... It seems like he's the Camerata's lead software developer.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to recall everything that we were doing.
Big door downstairs ought to be open now. Take us straight to Asher and Grant's hideout on the roof.
And I think that the short answer is getting very close to the end of the game.
I don't know how close we are to the end of the game. I hope we're not too close, because I'm starting to wonder if maybe this game has some kind of New Game Plus deal, because we have not quite half of the limiters. And I'm wondering if, like, maybe this whole bottom row, for example, maybe that only becomes available on subsequent playthroughs, for example, or maybe you get them all from leveling, but there's not enough experience in one run of the game to get them all.
Yeah.
To unlock them all through leveling. One thing I'm interested in, I only thought about it between sessions, but you see how they are all feeding into the icon on the right.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a visual flair, but I think that looking at it now, it feels very sensible that applying all of them or having decoded all of them might unlock an additional thing.
Yeah. So where are we in the geography?
We are still on top of a big tower.
Oh, right. Where that pompous ascot wearing person and his brother were living?
I don't know if we know that they're brothers. They have the same last name, but that could just mean that they're married.
Oh yeah, true.
I think I cannot tell what the bigger threat is right now. And I still have sort of like a real-time setup going on.
Yeah.
Ooh, not a fan of that. Actually. That did not do everything that I thought it would. Change it, be my friend. Now we're on the same side. I demand it.
So what powers do you have set up right now?
I think the same ones that I still had before. It's something new I'm trying, where I'm trying to go for a more real-time focused setup. So I've got Mask, and it might have... It looks like it might have the one that makes a packet explosion. I'm not sure if that means I explode when I activate it, or if I explode whenever I leave Mask. But it's Mask to turn invisible, a fast, small AoE explosion on B, Charm on X to flip enemies to my side temporarily, and then Y is an incredibly expensive move that is honestly too pricey to make use of in turn, but it's a lot of fun to use out of turn. And it has Breach to extend the range and bounce to make it bounce.
Yeah.
I don't like how that thing can pull me in like that. It's extremely distracting.
Is it easier to manage that when you're in turn?
No, it's just aggravating, full stop. It's just annoying. And I'm not 100% sure what is happening to me right now, because it looks like that the cheerleader, this probably happened at some point and I just missed it. It seems like it very occasionally gives itself a shield. Like it's doing it right now, and I don't know. Okay, that was not okay, game. Yeah, this is turning into a bit of a mess. And as always, it's probably not helping that I'm trying to talk over the game, but also it just seems like there's a lot of conflicting nonsense that's happening. See, like it just switched. Why did it just switch? Did it detect what I was doing? And like, why is it not getting destroyed? I'm hitting it with a massive attack. Like nothing should be able to live through that.
And yet... It's curious. I think the snapshots are my favorite enemy because they're so horrible.
Well, with that new model of Jerk, it just wound up being lowest on the totem pole.
Yeah.
Which I am surprised by.
Okay, now's our chance.
Okay, but you made it.
Yeah. And I guess it's not bad considering that this is me warming up. We haven't played this game in a while because honestly I don't know what it is. I don't know what the problem is. I look at all of the individual elements and I should love this, but without even like actively thinking like I'm not having a good time. I guess I hate Transistor after all, or I just don't like Transistor very much, or it's just sort of mediocre for me. I don't.
So it's just not giving you any strong feelings of any kind?
Well, no, it's giving me at least one strong feeling because we recorded Minish Cap 2 weeks in a row just because I didn't want to record Transistor.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I'm recording Transistor today is because I don't want to make you play your game 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I like Minish Cap though. I think it was a mistake to try to play this and Minish Cap.
It might have just been a mistake to try to play this.
Maybe, but like, I want to see the end of it. I want to see this whole game.
Once this is over, maybe there's still time to skip town. Think about it. Standing offer.
Is your sword asking you out?
Okay. Deep breath.
My sword is always asking me out.
I mean...
That's how the game started, remember? We weren't supposed to do any of this. The plan at the start of the game, according to Sword, was... Whatever, like, what was it? Whatever you do, don't turn left.
Mm-hmm.
And then Red got on a bike and turned left.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give him our best.
What is the difference in price, really? So it's 100 or 42. $225 for 70. So this is actually more economical, unless I'm doing a serious math fail. Although one thing that I did not like as much as I thought I would, was having explosive invisibility. I think that also... It seems like anything that spawns copies causes more problems than it solves.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. And I don't know if I saw it effectively bounce between enemies either. What does this do? Usable and turn recovery? That is, I mean, that's pretty great. Faster turn recovery.
Do you feel like they stuffed too much stuff into this game?
Maybe. I feel like a smaller number of functions with more unique methods of interaction might have been a more compelling choice. Is there anything else? Anything that I want to do with this? AoE charm. You know, I think because it sounds like we might be going to a big boss anyway, I might remove switch. See, like right now I can't decide what I want to do, because if this is a boss that has the little healing feelers on the field,
yeah,
then switch is fine, which is great.
Yeah. But if it doesn't, then it's just a waste.
Yeah. Switch will spawn a bat cell loyal to the user at the target's location. Yeah, that's... Sure.
Okay. So we are headed... to a rooftop party.
And the process has detected?
Have you ever been to a rooftop party?
What?
Oh, they have.
Both?
Looks like it.
Cowards.
Did they drink poison? What happened?
Left you a note.
Alive. False? Cool.
New favorite euphemism.
They were close. Grant went first. Asher followed suit. Didn't want to end up like Sybil.
Okay.
Little green, I can't tell what they are from this distance and from this scale.
Little green.
Yeah, I think you were probably right. Some kind of something injected or consumed.
Yeah, there's a glass of it on the table over there. There's a third glass. I wonder who else they were expecting to have
Where?
over.
Oh, there, I see.
Yeah. I bet the person who they were expecting to have over is your boss.
So that's it.
I couldn't stay to meet with you in person. Grant, he couldn't wait any longer. Why he would leave me? I'd sooner take an eternity in the Transistor. But he was no longer seeing straight. Or perhaps he'd decided he'd seen enough. We knew the stakes of what we wanted to accomplish. And we knew that if we were to fail, we would do so together. As one. See you in the country.
What are you gonna do now?
Oh. Disposition charitable?
Hey there, remember me? Guy you killed the other day? Let me be the first to welcome you to your new home. You fake.
Huh.
Oh, both. Okay.
Wake up, buddy. Got some questions for you. How do we stop this? Fairview. How are we supposed to get all the way over there? Oh. Oh. Really? Camerata. There's one left.
So, did we just absorb those two dudes and then whoever is currently running the Transistor, the guy who keeps talking to us, pulled information out of them?
The Transistor has been doing that the entire time, and there's not a guy that's running the Transistor. The guy that died protecting us at the start of the game is the Transistor.
He is the sword.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that. But was he
Okay.
always the sword?
No, it happened when he got stabbed and was
Okay, I thought
traced.
he was stabbed by the Transistor.
He was stabbed by the Transistor.
Was the Transistor not the Transistor without having killed him?
No, it was the Transistor before. See? It's on the diagram. Transistor diagram.
Yeah. Okay, so they are both the Transistor.
No. What?
The man
Yes.
was
There's an access point.
the man was the Transistor, but not until he got stabbed.
No.
The man is the Transistor.
Now.
Yes,
Yes.
but he wasn't before he got stabbed.
No.
Right.
Okay.
We're not arguing.
Oh.
I am...
Go back then? I must have
My
seriously
question-
misunderstood your first question.
My
then.
first question was how he made it sound like he got really, really detailed information from these two dudes.
Yeah. It's because whenever the Transistor traces somebody, he's demonstrated throughout the game, for lack of a better term, Red's boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Red's boyfriend has demonstrated an ability to speak with the people that are traced whenever they're pulled into the sword with him. Like that happened with Sybil. That's how we knew to come here. She ratted on these two. And it just happened again.
Okay, I hadn't observed that as clearly.
Well, I mean, it only no, it does happen more than once, but it was both in like the first couple hours of the game.
I mean, like, I knew that he was absorbing information from people.
But you didn't know that he was like interrogating them?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, no, they're all still in there in various states.
Oh God, what a purgatory.
Once they lost the transistor, they lost control of the process.
I'm now...
Thought they could change the world with this thing.
Transistor.
Yeah.
Why does that guy get to talk to you and nobody else in there gets to talk to you? Do we know that?
I imagine that has something to do with the ownership of the weapon and the relationship that Red and the Red's boyfriend type guy had together. But I mean, could just all be in her head, I guess. I don't know.
It could.